Okari Nasai Minasan. Today we're gonna talk about Kamen Rider Geats episode 38, and it turns out Ukyo S himself actually has the power of creation. So the person that he met in the kind of like a dream state, something like that, is not actually his father, or maybe it is indeed his father. We are not sure. Okay, there are a lot of people that actually says that he is actually meeting himself like in his own body, like this kind of like a another personality, or someone more wise that is actually talking to him, which is also himself, which I think might not be possible. I would actually assume that that guy that is talking to S is actually his father, even though he looks same, like the similar face as Ukyo S. But I wouldn't be surprised, okay, that they will actually just reuse the actors to be the father of Ukyo S, because like they want to kind of establish a little bit of connection. You know how in anime the character the character looks very similar to the father, something like that. Just like how, like, if you watch Dragon Ball, you know that Gotenks and Goku, they are like literally the same face. So there is definitely a possibility that that guy that's talking to Ukyo S is actually his father, okay? But what if he is not the father? So we, in this episode, we actually get to meet the mom, okay? Finally we get to see Mitsune in her beautiful face. But I have a big question mark, okay? When I look at that scene, I was like, why does Mitsune mouth doesn't move, and she talks like that is like so weird. That is like, why? It's like she is there, the actress is there, why not just let her speak the line? So there is a possibility, okay? Like, I have a theory, maybe she's not a real actress, maybe she's just a model who looks really beautiful. So, and or maybe they just want to make it into kind of like um it's kind of like a goddess of creation thing, okay? Like where Mitsune no longer actually possess she no longer actually possess any physical like body, something like that, and all she has left is kind of like a spiritual state. So when Ukyo S is meeting her, like she is actually like Ukyo S is meeting her in a spiritual state rather than like a physical realm thing. So they will actually explain why Mitsune doesn't, like, her mouth doesn't actually move, and yet voices are coming out, because I just don't understand why they actually do that, okay? But speaking of that, like, the reason why I want to link the father and the mother thing together is because we get to see Ukyo S meeting the mom. Like, what about the father? If the guy in the kitsune mask is not the father of Ukyo S, so my biggest question right now is, are we ever gonna meet the father of Ukyo S? Because it will almost seems like Ukyo's father is actually Julius Caesar because of the gold coin. We saw that when Ukyo S is being born in the and like Mizune is hugging Ukyo's baby S, like we actually get to see like there's the father actually gave Ukyo S the coin, the Caesar coin itself. So there is a possibility that the father of Ukyo S is Julius Caesar. But then again, that would actually be really weird if they actually bring kind of like a real life character into the show where it's actually fictional, something like that. So I'm not sure what is gonna happen. But like, if the father is were to appear, I would assume the father would appear in the upcoming movie that we are gonna get. I think it is gonna come out around July, if not mistaken. I forgot when was the release date of the movie already, but we are gonna get a movie for Kamen Rider Geats, which is actually nearing its end. So this movie is gonna be way better than the one we have about Desire Royal itself, like the first time we actually get to see Desire Royal. But with that being said, let us talk about the thing that I think all of us want to talk about. Geats 9, Kitsune 9, Boost Mark 9, whatever you want to call it. It is the final form for Kamen Rider Geats. It is really amazing. I love the design. I already make a couple of videos talking about how much I love the design of Mark 9, but the Henshin sequence is really amazing. I love it as well. And the best thing about this is that it is surprisingly quiet, okay? There is no like random bullshit jingle. There's none of that, okay? There's only ready, fight, boost mark 9, something like that. So it is, honestly speaking, very, very refreshing. I hopefully like in the upcoming Kamen Rider series like Gotchat, we are actually gonna have something similar. Like, don't let the jingle be way too long, because I don't want to spend half of the episode listening to the jingle, okay? Because just imagine by the end of the series, we're gonna get like at least 10 riders, and all of them is gonna henshin all at the same time. Just imagine the noisiness that is gonna come from all the jingles itself. And I believe Kamen Rider Geats actually did it really, really well. It is really, really simple, really, really quiet, which I really, really appreciate, okay? But speaking of Kamen Rider Geats 9, we need to talk about his ability, because his ability is straight out of JoJo Bizarre Adventure. If you watch JoJo, you know who I'm talking about. It's about Josuke Joestar. His ability, Crazy Diamond, to break something and to like restore it in a different state. That is insane, man. Like, when we actually get to see Ukiyo-S breaking the entire building and kind of like building it back up all at the single punch, that is really insane. And like, he even fights similar to Crazy Diamond, okay? Like, he fight, and he actually uses the ground to lock like Swallow on the ground, something like that. That is what Crazy Diamond would do, okay? He would actually put the people in between the rod, so that he can lock the people into the rod, or something like that, when the thing is actually fused back together. So that is really, really crazy, okay? Like, I didn't expect kind of like a JoJo reference here, but then again, there's quite a lot of like kind of a few photos that actually shows that they are doing some sort of a JoJo poll, something like that, in the Kamen Rider Geats episode preview. So I'm not sure whether or not like this is intentional or not. Like, this is like literally a reference to JoJo Bizarre Adventure, something like that. So it is really, really amazing. I really love this. But one thing that I really did not expect in this episode is Niram, okay? Like, the way Niram actually goes in this episode is really, really pitiful. Like, I mean, like, he has been said to be such a lovable character. Like, I already said how much I actually love Niram as a character. Like, he doesn't seem all that evil, okay? Like, he has his own, like, the reason why I respect him is because he has his own set of rules on how he's gonna do things. So if you know how to play around his rule, then you know how to actually gain his favor, in a sense, okay? So that is something that I really love about him. Like, he is not that technically evil. Like, when he actually accept Buffa like zombie stat, like, he's able to be resurrected all the time as a real thing. Like, he stopped fighting him, he allowed him to participate, he allowed him to do whatever he wants, because that is the reality of this world. So that is something that I really, really love about Niram. So seeing him die in such a, I'm not sure whether or not he died or not, okay? But he got deleted, in a sense, in such a pitiful state. Like, he got blasted by Samas. That is like really, really sad, okay? By the way, like, this is the first time I actually remember her name. Like, all this while I've been calling her like Miss Secretary, something like that. But right now, she is no longer Miss Secretary. Samas right now is the next holder of the game producer, the next holder for Kamen Rider Gazer. I don't believe that we are gonna get kind of like a new card for the Vision Driver, and they're gonna call it like Glare 3, or like kind of like Gazer 2, something like that. Because I like I said already, they already sell the toy, and I don't believe they are gonna like sell another card just to have some sort of new like voice line, something like that. And I don't believe the card even holds any like digital chip which allows them to actually kind of like summon a different voice from the belt, something like that. Because from what I remember regarding the Vision Driver belt, like the toy that they are selling, is that it depends on how many times you actually tap on the fingerprint sensor to actually activate the different voice line that is in the Vision Driver itself, unless they actually have kind of like a USB port in the driver itself, and they can actually update the driver. They, if not, I don't see how they are gonna use the Vision Driver to introduce another rider itself, because like I said, they already sell it. Might as well, what they can do right now is sell another belt, create another belt for the new game, for the new DGP that is gonna come after this episode, so that they can sell another belt for the fan. Okay, so that is something that I would definitely see coming. But like I said, Niram dying in such a pitiful way is a very, very sad thing, and the way he died is very, very similar to how Gilori actually got deleted in a sense. So it actually makes me wonder, is like, is Niram really dead, or is he just like back to the future, something like that? Because remember how does Suero uh ending in this episode actually looks like, the way he actually was being shown to us, like how he died is like he got sucked into kind of like a black hole, into the void, something like that, after Ukyo S actually finished him off, and he actually appears once again, with this time without a physical body, but this time it is in a kind of like a transparent state, something like that. So he actually pick up the Vision Driver, and he's gone together with the Vision Driver itself. So it actually makes me wonder, like, is he back to the future, or is he dead? Okay, because there's a lot of way they can write the story here, and I believe it is definitely like back to the future. But like, for if Surelu is to be deleted, then the whole DGP thing would just end there. Okay, that should be the finale of the story itself, man. But since this is not the finale, so I would assume that Suelu is not actually dead at the moment. Like, he's just defeated and he's back to the futures, just like Niram. Okay, like even though he got shot, you see that he might be dying or something like that, but it could actually just be his avatar in this body that is dying, but like in his like real future war body, he is actually still alive, something like that. That is just kind of like a theory that I have, something like that. But lastly, I just want to talk about the rest of the riders that we saw in this episode. We still get to see Hallelujah win, we get to see Buffa, we get to see Kewa. All of them are actually losers their desire driver. They cannot do anything at all. But it would actually appear that they are by the end of this episode, like based on what we saw in the next episode preview, like the rest of the rider would actually still remember like what happened in the grand end itself, like in what happened, and they remember about the DGP, they remember about the rider and all those stuff. So I'm not sure how the story is gonna go, but this is all really, really interesting. Okay, but like the next thing definitely we need to talk about is the 144p camera. It is back in action once again in this episode, and I honestly speaking, this time they actually did it pretty well. Like, it is not that bad. Like, even though I keep calling it the 144p camera, this time it is not that bad. Okay, like the previous few time it is really, really bad, but this time I can accept that. Okay, I can accept that quality, and nah, I don't know what else to say, man. But seeing how the story is finally closing one chapter regarding the DGP, I'm really, really glad that how the story goes right now might actually be kind of like a big roundabout way to tell us that this is the origin of the DGP itself. What if the one that created DGP in the future is Ukyo S himself? Okay, that is just a theory, man. Like, I mean, like they have to start somewhere. Okay, they have to start somewhere. So what if S is actually the one that started it all? Like, he is like, it became a loop in the story. Like, every single time when there's a story about time travel, one of the best way to end the story is a time loop. Okay, like the looping of things, or the loop, how like how the future going to the past actually set in motion what is gonna happen in the future in a sense. I'm not sure if you understand what I'm trying to talk about here or not, but in the next episode we're gonna see Sumari still in the past together with Ukiyo-e, so we are not sure what the hell is happening there, like how did Sumari stay in the past. And the next thing is Jyamato is still here, and apparently human are becoming Jyamato just like that. What is going on, we are still not sure, but Beroba and Kekera is also still here. We're gonna talk about that in the next episode preview video, so make sure you stay tuned if you want to check that out. And lastly, we're gonna get a new game master. We are not sure what is his name, but we already know that Samas is gonna be the new game producer itself. But with that being said, that is all from me. Hope you enjoy what you see here. If you made this far into the video, I just wanna ask you to kindly leave the word chocolate in the comment section below. The reason why I want to say chocolate is because it's been a long while since I had my chocolate, and I love chocolate, man. Like chocolate is like the best food, like kind of like one of my comfort food. But you know, recently I have been traveling a lot, and I've been like moving around and doing a bunch of work, something like that, so I can't really like sit down and enjoy my chocolate. So yeah, chocolate would be the word. Hope you enjoy. Sorry for the delay, by the way. Like I was busy yesterday, but I'm back. Okay, that is all you need to know. Hope you enjoy, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Goodbye.